For example, let's say we have a kid named Jamie. This is Jamie's first year in college as he goes to a four-year university. He's a freshman, and he decides to run for fraternity and becomes a pledge. And the fraternity has its first party of the year, and all the pledges are going, and Jamie decides to go. Jamie decides to drink a lot of alcohol as he's having a good time with his friends, talking to a lot of people, and throughout the night he just keeps on drinking and drinking. And a couple hours go by, and Jamie is obviously intoxicated at this point, and he decides to go outside, and he runs upon a big staircase. And the staircase is very big, 30 or 40 steps, and Jamie decides to go down. And while Jamie decides to go down the staircase, he ends up falling and tripping and cracking his head open. The ambulance has to come and take Jamie, and Jamie goes to the hospital, and one, he gets stitches in the back of his head because of his fall, and two, because he had so much alcohol he has to get his stomach pumped. And this is just one example of how college student drinking can abuse alcoholism. For example, according to the Addiction Center on December 5th, 2019, 150,000 students develop alcohol-related health problems. And today, I'm going to tell you the negative effects of college drinking and why you should consider decreasing the drinking rate. We will be talking about the problems, which are deaths, academics, and alcohol use disorder. We'll be talking about the causes, which are binge drinking, Greek life, and hazing. And we'll be talking about the solutions, party restrictions, counseling, on-campus recovery, and bans on liquor. So first, let's talk about the problems. Deaths, academics, and alcohol use disorder. According to the Addiction Center, on December 5th, 2019, 1,825 deaths from alcohol-related injuries occurred to college students. Now, this is an extremely high level, and this can be prevented. Also, according to the Addiction Center on December 5th, 2019, 25% of students reported academic consequences, such as missing class, failing their classes, or getting poor grades. And this college drinking, such as Jamie, maybe the night before, couldn't get enough sleep, decides to miss class. Ends up failing or getting poor grades in that class. And it's a big chain reaction that causes students not only to lose the money that they're paying for, but also to miss out on the education that they are planning on getting. Also, 1.2 to 1.5% suicide attempts caused by depression and anxiety. And this shows that 20% of students suffer from alcohol use disorder, according to Psychology Today on July 31st, 2018. And there's an extremely sad rate, as nobody wants anyone to hear about someone committing suicide, but these effects come from alcohol abuse because of depression and anxiety. And also, according to college drinking, 97,000 students have experienced alcohol-related sexual assault or date rape. And this is another problem that is caused by college students abusing alcohol and becoming alcohol abusers. And now that we've talked about the problems, let's talk about the causes. Binge drinking, Greek life, and hazing. So according to the Addiction Center, on December 5th, 2019, 2 out of 5 students reported binge drinking 2 weeks prior to the survey. And binge drinking, according to the CDC, on December 30th, 2019, shows that you have a 0.08 blood alcohol concentration, and it's usually done in 2 hours or so. And these are usually done at a party by consuming many alcoholic drinks, no matter if it's hard liquor or beer or malt or anything. And binge drinking is extremely dangerous, as this causes people to black out, to have poor decision-making skills, and also to be extremely fuzzy and clumsy. And according to college drinking, prominent Greek life is another cause of why binge drinking and college students abuse alcoholism. Greek life, such as your fraternities and sororities, have many parties, and a lot of these brothers and sisters can live in the same house. And when living with all these people could have bad influences on each other, and they could be drinking all day, or during fraternity parties, they could be drinking at night, and a lot of this comes with binge drinking, as people tend to drink a lot more than they can handle. Also, wanting to look cool causes a lot of people to binge drink, and wanting other people to notice them can cause them to become extremely clumsy and end up making poor decisions. And according to the Philadelphia Inquirer, on August 23, 2018, 20% of college students with history of substance abuse disorder have at least one mood disorder. And this mood disorder also comes with serotonin, which is a chemical in the brain, and serotonin increases happiness, and it is scientifically proven that drinking alcohol can lower your serotonin levels, causing people to fall into anxiety and depression. And also, according to alcohol.org, on December 30th, 2019, hazing within Greek life is another big problem causing students to abuse alcohol. And one example is kids that are being hazed to chug alcoholic punch or drink a lot of alcohol and then go do a physical activity, which can cause injuries and can cause people going to the hospitals. And now that we've talked about the problems, let's talk about the causes. Let's talk about the solutions. Some of the solutions are party restrictions, counseling, on-campus recovery, and bans on liquor. So colleges can limit the number of beverages a frats can have at a party, determined on the perceived amount of people at this party. So for example, let's say if a fraternity is having a party and there's 100 brothers in the fraternity and they invite a sorority to come, and let's say there's 100 sisters, so that's 200 people. So depending on what the college wants to do, they can have a certain restriction on the amount of beverages and the type of beverages that are at this fraternity party. Another solution is each frat and sorority is required to have a counselor, and this counselor can help with anxiety, depression, and academics, as if the fraternity brothers or the sorority sisters felt like maybe they were depressed or had anxiety, or if they needed help with academics and kind of getting out of that rut, they can talk to their counselor, and the counselor can help them and help them pull themselves out. And also, according to Philadelphia Inquirer, on August 23rd, 2018, on-campus recovery centers such as counseling, support groups, sober activities, and sober dorms can be created, as a couple colleges have already done this. And this can be extremely beneficial, as support groups can help other students help each other. Sober activities such as other hobbies or becoming involved in school activities can help. And also there are sober dorms, which means that all the students in the dorm are sober, and it can help them prevent them from using alcohol. And lastly, the last solution is to ban hard liquor. And a study actually done in 2001 at Harvard College Alcohol Study showed that the students were 30% less likely to have students that were heavy drinkers. And this can be a solution that goes into the first solution I proposed, saying that the colleges can ban hard liquor or certain alcohols during like frat parties or anything such as that. And now that we've talked about the problems, the causes, and solutions of college students abusing alcohol, it is important to know that these solutions can help save lives. As I mentioned, that 1,825 deaths were caused because of college students abusing alcohols and other negative problems such as sexual assault and academic consequences. And by following these solutions, we can help our college students to succeed and get higher education and get a better career and job. Thank you.